Hi everyone, it's your boy Ricky here with Bromero Cards for Honeybee Stamps, and today I am going to be making a card using some products from the latest release. You guys, we just had a really big fall release here and I am so excited to use it today. Today's card, again, super simple, could probably be mass produced pretty quickly. It's the technique, so easy, you guys. I'm all about easy, especially when it comes to holidays and the end of the year, because that's a lot of times when we have to start preparing for making holiday cards, or people are requesting us to make holiday cards for them. You know, they want 1,000 Christmas cards in about 3 days. I don't know if you've ever experienced that before, but that literally hasn't happened to me, but they're like, hey, I need 100 Christmas cards. You got 4 days. Can you make them? No, sorry, can't do that. But today, I'm going to show you a card that maybe you could do 20 in 4 days. But anyway, let's go look down at the desk to see what we're going to be using, and we'll get started making the card. But before that, make sure that you subscribe to Honeybee's channel, you like this video, leave a comment down in the comment section because we love to chitty chat with you guys, and also click that bell so that you know another video is coming out. All right, let's go take a look. Okay, so we're going to be using all of these items today. We're going to be using some distress oxides, some clear embossing ink. I'm also going to be using this embossing ink from Wow because this is going to be a technique that I accidentally discovered when I was making this card. We're going to use some gold gold powder, embossing powder, brushes, glue. We're going to be using the Fall Flourish cover plate here. We're going to be using the Kind People stamp set, the matching die to that. We're also going to be using the embossed rectangles, and we're also going to be using some embellishments from the latest release. You guys, I have to say, every time that I pick this up, I have a happy dance. Like, I cannot help it. I am in love with these envelopes now. Ooh, I can't get enough of them. I ordered like 10 more because I know that I'm going to need them. So I might as well go ahead and hoard them. So that's what I've done. So if you go and order and there's no more there, it's because I have them. Anyway, let's go back down. We're going to be using the MISTI as well, along with some black and white cardstock. Or actually, no, not black, just white cardstock today. So, all right, so I'm going to clear my desk. We're going to go ahead and get started for the first part of the card. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we're going to do some ink blending, and this is a technique that can be very scary. If you've ever seen someone make a galaxy background or a universe background, you see that it goes from being pretty to a hot mess back to pretty like really quick. So I don't want you to worry when you are actually doing this, because it will come out, I promise. So what we're going to do is first we're going to take one of the colors. We'll take Fossilized Amber first. And what we're going to do is just put some color down. Doesn't really matter where. I just kind of choose some places. There we go. And we'll do one here. Doesn't look too bad, huh? All right. So then what I'll do is I'll take some wild honey. You guys, I think I just used my orange for my yellow. Oh, I messed this up. Anyway, it happens. So then we're going to take wild honey, and we're just going to do a couple spots of wild honey in different spots. Maybe do one here. Then we're going to take ripe persimmon. Just kind of like do like this bokeh effect, I guess that's what it's called in the photography world. All right, and then we'll do a little bit of spiced marmalade, or or marmalade. I guess it depends on where you grew up and how you say it, but I'm just going to take that. I'm going to kind of like just fill in the dots here, or the areas that need it. I think what I might do is go back in with some ripe persimmon to maybe put a couple darker places in here. But yeah, let's just do a little bit more ripe persimmon. I don't want these to be darker. A little bigger. And maybe do some up here in this little corner. All right, so this is what we have so far. It's looking great right now, I promise. We are going to wipe down this desk. And this is where the scary part happens. We are going to take this ground espresso and we're going to cover this. And it's going to look messy. It's going to look scary, but we will make it through, I promise. So we're just going to go through here and just cover this whole thing in brown. I'm just going to tap off on the glass mat just so I don't get too dark when we first go on. But you can take that brown and just go all the way around. I'm channeling my Tim Holtz era right now. Tim Holtz is very into brown, so yeah. Tap, 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 and then we're gonna... And as you can see, it's looking covered in brown, but I promise it's gonna be pretty here in a few minutes. I kind of want the edges to be darker, so we'll just go around the edges. I did cut this paper to 4 by 5 1/4, so it has been cut down a little bit. And then we're just going to take the rest here and kind of just rub that on the top. All right, so let's clean our desk again. And now we're going to take this water bottle and we're going to spray some water onto the panel. So we're just going to just barely touch it so that water drops happen. And like magically appears. We'll let it sit for a second and then tap off. So I know that was a little scary there for a minute, but check that out. It's very pretty. Definitely reminds me of fall. It's very, just makes me want a pumpkin spice latte, even though I don't even like them. But anyway, all right, let's go ahead and set this aside to dry and we'll get started with our next step. Okay, we're back now. Look at this beauty, looking very pretty, all getting dried up. Very nice. Just sit her over to the side real quick. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the rectangles, the embossed rectangle die. I have already situated these so that they're even on all sides to make a frame. And so basically what I'm going to do is flip this over and just sit that on the paper there. Let's bring out my favorite new die cut machine. Oh, you guys, I can't talk about it enough. I love this thing. Oh yeah, so good. I'm going to put this down here and we're going to run the die cutting machine and we're going to make us a frame. Hopefully that paper, there we go. Let's just run it through one more time and make sure it gets nice and cut. There we go. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, perfect. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and take this apart, and then I'll come back to the next step because I accidentally found out a pretty cool technique, and I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna like it too. So I'll be right back. Okay, so this is where I found a pretty cool technique that I was not expecting. It would be, you know, kind of like Bob Ross, happy little accidents kind of thing. So what I was trying to do is I wanted to take this frame and I wanted to cover it in gold embossing powder and make it look like a gold frame. But instead of using my embossing ink, I was like, you know what? I don't want to waste embossing ink on this by putting it down on paper and then getting a whole piece of paper like all inked up and it's not even going to be used. So I was like, you know what? I have this little roller embossing jar here from Wow, and I thought that I could just use that and kind of go along the sides. But in actuality, it did not cover the frame, but it made a really cool effect. So I want to show that to you guys. I just need to get my little fancy embossing mat here. And I want to make sure, okay. So what I did was I took the roller and I just kind of did this onto the frame. And I really didn't like do anything. I just kind of just rolled it and I was like, okay, fine, it's covered. You know, it's great. So then I took the embossing powder. I'm just going to place this over here. And poured it onto the frame. This is a little aggressive. That's probably didn't need to do all that, but. And then when I tapped it off, not only did it get all over my desk, and I hate it, but check this out. It kind of did like this weird shape thing. So let me get this cleaned up and I'll be right back, and I want to heat emboss this and I want to show you guys how cool it looks. So let me clean this mess up. I hate embossing powder. Ugh. Okay, so now that I've spent 433 years cleaning up embossing powder off my desk, I wanted to heat emboss this and show you guys what this looks like as it goes. So we'll just heat up the gun here. And I just thought this looked really cool as it started to melt. I was like, you know what? I'm keeping this in. I love this. I'm going to show people how to do it just in case, you know, you guys are really into it. This would look really good on a colored cardstock, like a black or navy blue. I just really liked it, and I couldn't like turn away from it once I saw it. It kind of looks vintagey, like old, but modern at the same time. I don't know, it's just really cool. So that's what it looks like. And I think that looks like super cool, you guys. What do you guys think about that? Leave some comments down below and tell me what you think about this, because I think it's really neat. So, all right. Next thing we're going to do is we are going to heat emboss the sentiment. So I'm just going to pull this off. Just using the middle of the frame that we used. Pull over the MISTI. Put a piece of paper in here. Use our static resistant tool here. And we're going to get the sentiment, which is buried in my desk to the left here somewhere. Here we go. All right, get that placed down. And we're just going to use our embossing pad here from Honeybee Stamps. I just want to make sure we get a nice, good impression. And I normally tell you guys to rub your stamp down before you use it, but I've already... Let's pull this off. set this aside. And then we're going to pull back our fancy embossing powder holder here. And then let's heat emboss this in gold. Perfect. All right, so I'm going to heat emboss this and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, now that we have that all heat embossed, I'm bringing out my new best friend, here, to go ahead and die cut this out. Honeybee Stamps does sell this, so if you're interested, head over to their website and check it out by the link below. If they have any left, because I've been telling everybody about it. But let's see. Let me make sure that I have that nice and even. Looks good. All right, let's run this through. Perfect. Check that out. All right, let's clean this up. Next step. Alrighty, now we're going to go ahead and put some foam tape on the back of this frame, this really cool frame that I accidentally discovered. But anyway, it just so happens that the frame is the exact same width as this foam tape. So we'll go ahead and get that foam tape placed on all sides. Alrighty. Now that we have that done, we're going to go ahead and get this glued down to, oh, you guys, one thing I forgot to do. One of the major important pieces of this card was using this die. So let's do this real quick. My bad. I'm going to run this through the die cutting machine real quick, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I ran this through the die cutting machine, and it's just very subtle. You could just, there we go. You can see it there. It's a very subtle thing, but I think it's really cool. And so we're going to go ahead and get this glued down to the card base. And something I was just thinking about, which might be really cool for the next card I make, or, you know, if I recreate this card, probably what I would do is also some gold sparkle or gold splatter onto this. I think that might make it pretty nice. A couple flicks of that. Okay. And now that we have that down, we're going to remove the backing from the frame. And I want to feel a little funky, so I'm going to place this kind of to the side like this. I think that looks cool. There we go. Then we're going to put some foam tape on the back of this sentiment. We're going to place that. Yep, there we go. So we got that, and then my little happy dance box. Ooh, I love it, I love it, I love it. Then we're going to take some of these jewels and place these along the card. So we'll put one here, and then we'll put a medium-sized one here. Another medium-sized. Maybe here. then we'll do little babies here. And a little baby here. There we go. All right, you guys, and this is the card. What do you guys think? It's simple, effective. I love this frame. I love that I accidentally found out how that works. The great thing about card making is sometimes you can make your mistakes into something even better, and I think this would qualify for that. So anyway, guys, let me hold it up this way too so you guys can see it this way. The lighting's a little bit darker this way, so it's a little bit more truer to color. But I really love this. It's really nice. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I truly appreciate it, and Honeybee Stamps does too. Make sure that you head over to their store and check out all the products from their latest release. Also check them out over on Facebook and Instagram. They have all kinds of things going on over there too. And then you can also check me out over on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube by searching for Bromero Cards. So thank you guys very much. I really appreciate your support. Honeybee Stamps appreciate your support. And you guys have a great week. I'll talk to you later. Bye.